LPG is very efficient. Cooking with LPG is very fast. But then, if not handled properly, it can lead to accidents. We should keep our cylinders away from direct sunlight or heat sources. And so we encourage that wherever you keep your cylinders should be well ventilated. There should be movement of air in and out. And recent times you see some of the building designs, the cylinders are located in cages outside the kitchens. But if you live in, say, a single room self-contained, wherever you position the cylinder, make sure that the area is well ventilated. Make sure you secure cylinders to prevent them from rolling on the floor. And then I see some consumers sometimes when they fill their cylinders, they will be rolling the cylinders on the floor. Like it's very bad. It's not a good practice. Cylinder accessories. It's important that we regularly check the hoses. It's important we check, do the same thing for the tube, the flexible tubing on the cylinder. This is the simple home remedy we can use to check for leaks. And then again, anytime you are turning off your gas fires, after turning it off on the stove, also turn it off on the regulator on the cylinder. It's very, very important. Flammable materials, we shouldn't bring them close to gas fires, as this can also result in accidents. So, as I said, damaged or expired LPG equipment. Some of us, our cylinders have become objects of inheritance. Mothers pass it on to daughters. Daughters will also pass it on to a daughter. And then again, even students, when your cylinders are graduating, then they will sell their cylinder to you. Cylinders actually have expiry dates, and practically 10 years after use, the cylinder is supposed to go to the cylinder manufacturing companies for requalification. And we know consumers, we don't do this. Some cylinders have expired. Some people have used cylinders for 30 years, 35 years, 40 years. And so because of that, we've launched what we call the cylinder recirculation model, where you take your old cylinder, when you are purchasing your gas, you go to what we call a cylinder exchange point. You take your empty cylinder, you just pay for the gas, and then you exchange it for an already filled new one. And then what we'll do is that we are taking all these cylinders from the market, we'll take it, and then we'll take it for refurbishment works. We'll do some tests on them. We'll run pressure tests, pneumatic tests, we'll run hydrostatic tests. When we realize the cylinders are no longer fit for purpose, we'll discard them. And then those that are fit for purpose, we'll refurbish them. And so, under the CRM, we'll ensure that only safe and well-maintained cylinders will be in circulation. And then again, the policy leaves the maintenance of the cylinder as the sole preserve of what we call bottling plant companies. And so we have 4 of these companies. 3 are located in Tema, and then 1 is located in Kumasi. So we have carousels or automated bottling carousels where the cylinders will be filled from this bottling plant companies and then transported to what we call the cylinder exchange point. Cages. The cylinders will be in cages in our communities. Some will be at the filling stations, so you can just go and then you exchange your empty cylinder for an already filled one. We've already rolled out. We started in Accra. We've also started in Kumasi. Very soon, some of these exchange points will also come to Sunyani. And if in case you want to set up a cylinder exchange point, let's go. The Bono regional manager is here. Can you take his contact after here? He will show you what to do to acquire the permits. Now, then again, there should be a safe distance between your cylinder and then your stove. What the NFPA 58 states is that at least 4 feet. There should be at least 4 feet distance, and so it should be too close, as demonstrated in the fire extinguisher at home. And you know how to use the fire extinguisher. You can also use that to extinguish the fire. When we go to the villages, we tell them when they have the cocoa bottle, they can use that one. They can just wet it and then use it to blanket the fire. Please, in case you see LPG fire and you know you can't handle it, please don't attempt to. Just shout for help. Shout for help, and then people can come to your rescue. And then again, when you notice there's a gas leak, open the windows and doors. The molecules can move out. And then if there's a need, you can evacuate if necessary. And then with regards to emergency response, I'm sure campus has some mechanisms in place, especially for evacuation. So you follow that evacuation procedure. And if there are no evacuation procedures in place, I will charge some of the students to come up with some evacuation procedures for the university community. And then, as I said, never attempt to fix a major leak by yourself. Someone will ask me, how do I transport cylinders from the gas filling station or from the cylinder exchange point to your homes? If you have your own private car, it's good to place the cylinder at the back not in the boot, not in the trunk, at the back, in the back seat, and make sure you bring the windows down so that in case of a potential leakage, the molecules can easily move into or disperse into the atmosphere. Again, if you are using public transport or say a Trotsky or a trotro, you can sit in the Trotsky, make sure you sit close to the window, then you position the cylinder between your legs. You sit like this and then it's between your legs like that. You keep it in that upright position. Yeah, pragya to say. And then one very good way you can transport cylinders is using the tricycles, the aboboya tracks. And so with the CRM, what we are doing is that we call them specialized tracks that we've designed with certain specifications. And so these tracks will come to our communities, they will come to our homes, and then you can just quickly swap your cylinder. So you don't even need to travel long distances